Insisting that the charges are frivolous, the former Guyanese leader explained that the sale of land to National Hardware was done through a public tendering process.
In the National Hardware case, there was an open public tender. Now, when you have an open public tender, that it determines the price. Open public tender, if you go to the newspapers, you will see that it was advertised in all the newspapers for almost 2 months. People had a opportunity to submit bids, and they received one bid, and the transaction was concluded at that.
He contended that the government earned more than it intended through the sale of land to Movie Tongue.
In the case of multi-cinema, we went to a public tender, and I'm going vaguely on memory now. The highest bid was around $16 million to Sri Yogendra, the man who did the pageants. He won the bid, and he could not conclude the transaction. So the highest bid price, the bid was then annulled. That was for 40 acres, the 40 acres there. The bid was annulled, and 10 acres was sold for $20 million, close to $20 million per acre, which was higher than the highest bid price.
Regarding the land sold to Skady Business Corporation, Jagdeo contended that the land sold to Giftland were cheaper.
Just imagine, Giftland in that same area got a price for about $12 million per acre after. This happened after this transaction, years after this transaction was concluded. And they are charging them for selling this at $23 million an acre. And Giftland, I don't see the charges being laid about Giftland.
The former president explained that the decision to sell the lands in that fashion was ultimately approved by him as head of cabinet.
The recommendations originated from the privatization unit, went to a privatization board. The composition of that board includes people from the private sector, from the labor movement, and the consumer affairs. That board has not been meeting now. They've disbanded the board, and then a recommendation came to cabinet. The cabinet accepted the recommendation, and there's a cabinet decision which has been issued back to the Ministry of Finance and to the privatization unit to execute. So Brassington or Singh could not have executed these decisions unless it matter came to the recommendation was approved by the cabinet. I was head of the cabinet at that time.
The opposition leader said that this is just a matter of procedural errors and posited that if this is the route for charges to be laid, then the current cabinet members should be in jail. In fact, Jagdeo promised that whenever the People's Progressive Party returns to power, they will pursue this cause.
We will look for infractions of the law, but not like these, not frivolous ones. We don't have time to waste running behind people or trying to destroy, for frivolous issues, or try to destroy reputation. We will have investigations, proper investigations by impartial people, and when the findings come in, if there are findings about misappropriation of assets, and we're confident in some of the sectors that there will be serious findings of misappropriation of assets, then those people will face the music.
Meanwhile, Jagdeo said he will be offering advice to the former Finance Minister Singh and the head of NISL Winston Brassington on whether they should return to Guyana to face their charges. Davina Samaru, Newsroom.